Hello. Wait, do I need to do this again? Probably not. So, I'll give it myself 40 minutes, sorry. Let me have a look at this thing. Just to be sure. No, it says an hour and 24 minutes. Okay. So then... Wait. That means it'll be done before 1 AM. Noted. Also, I'm not sure if you have to be that strict because this has 2 hours and 56 minutes left on it. I guess we'll just have to see. Because I haven't cooked my dinner and the time is 11:21. You guys have not gotten any music so far. I don't know how much you value this practicing stuff and this improving and learning and whatever, but eating food is important. I already struggle as it is. I guess I don't really know where I am with my life at the moment, so I don't know what to do, what decisions to make. What is the data rate like again with this thing? The connection speed. The connection speed is 30,000. I'm not sure what that means because we're just on this screen, aren't we? I don't know what we were doing before we started talking about people. It was to do with Barbara's Bowling Fest, getting that set up. I think that's a priority. I guess we'll just do this since Barbara's here and the video is on, so you might as well get something. Oh, the gates are here to welcome Barbara. Just because we're recording, it doesn't mean we have to do a session. I think I'm just conforming. I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah. I understand, Barbara. You're through, right? Oh no, you hit the gating, got some pins. Oh, you got some pins, so I guess it's, oh yes, I did it. Right? I wonder why that happened. What if you did a late throw again? Oh, sorry. Oh, you barely missed that pin. You know what's funny about that is you didn't have pin number 4 to help you. So I'm not sure if that's why you missed it. Based on how that throw went. Oh, it's this one. I was going to say it's the Perini one, but why? Why isn't it the Perini one? And that's Naomi. It's because she got the split last time she was here. I'm still sure that could work. No. Oh, it was close. It was too close to the middle still. It was a bit close though. You almost got it. It was going there, Barbara. Yeah, we flew too early, sorry. Yeah, it's so close. The pillar wasn't down yet. You have to respect the pillars of bowling. Have to respect them. Oh! Nice strike. Yeah, it was close to the middle as well. Very close. Okay, so who else is that? That's Sarah? Anna! Oh yeah, Ursula, forget about her. Forget about Ursula. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'll just say Ursula. 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 Okay, so I'm sure, I wonder if it can work like that from this spot. I've probably done it like this before, but I get scared that it might grind the edge of the platform and then fall into the hole. Oh no, yeah, wow, it was clean. It's a clean parody split. I knew it was going to, I thought it was going to be a parody split, but I didn't think it would come out like that. That's... It's like, if you could imagine yourself getting a clean strike, so to speak. You look at a strike and you think, wow, that's definitely a strike. I looked at that and I thought, wow, that is definitely a parody split. You can't tell me it's not. Well, you brushed that pin. That was cool. You didn't quite knock it over though. So this one. What if you use a leaf? Would you hit the... Okay, sorry about that. It's close. Let's see it. I'm a little bit offset, a little bit. Still quite stimulating, this is. I'm not picking up absolutely everything, but I'm picking up some things that are green. It almost feels like you have this electrical impulse in your head that goes bing when something happens. Not for everything, but some things. I wonder what's near me. I wonder what's happening when my brain feels like that. Okay, so don't let me start, right? I don't know. That's reduced anti-sweat. Enough. If you got pin number 7 or pin number 4, sorry, you just have a Luoma split, so I'm not sure if that's any better. Yeah. You can go around the bar, but I'm sure I've tried that before when it hit the bar. You just need to do what works, right? But if you're going to do it, you have to do it right, so... Yeah, interesting. Lots of parody splits. This isn't a parody split, but that was really shaping up to be one. I'm curious. Oh. I thought it was going to be too much spin as Naomi. And the topic was dancing bars. The topic was having a tournament, a league, right? Oh no, we got the hook. That's good. Is it the hook or you just throw the ball the right way? So I'll say you got the hook, but listen, if you're listening to what I'm saying and you're just repeating what Midori! Midori! Oh my goodness, I forgot about Midori. I'm so sorry, Midori. We'll consider you for the competition, isn't it? It's kind of making it sound like a competition should just have everyone. Why not, says Barbara. So, I guess it's a good question to ask. So why is it not? Why not? Why do I not want to do that? Maybe I'm just thinking that it'll be too much. This is true, Barbara. If it's too much, you might as well not be picky about who's in and who isn't. So yeah, cool. Could have Midori, but then why can't Steve be in here? Why can't Steve be here instead? Yes, it's a good point. That's why we came up with the 48 and said, okay, let's just stop and consider what we've got here.
Yes.
And then review the idea. So We have 48 so far. But one of the arguments we said was you can't really have promotion demotion if there's only one league, which is 48 people. That's the second time pin number 6 fell like that, or one of the last pins to fall over. So what's on the line? Oh, you won Abby's game, didn't you? Also, I feel like originally the league was supposed to have 4 players. Yeah, but then how does it work? It must be a cross-league thing. So it's not even a group? Question mark? I think it's just to set everyone up. No, I don't know really. Because I'm thinking, originally, the players with the highest score from each session would be put in... Or no, it wasn't like that. This one was whoever got the highest score, so one group would have Megan, Tomoko, who was it? Yellow, and Nelly. What did Nelly? No, not Nelly. No, Nelly did do really well. She got 276. No, but Barbara, you got 277. So, for example, that would be a group. Yellow, Tomoko, Barbara, and Megan. A group of 4. But then, if there's just 4 people, how does it work? Because yeah, they could just play with each other. You guys could just play with each other, but then you never get to play with anyone else. I'm sure there was a plan where you actually face other people from other groups. But maybe the split wasn't as, I don't know, as I've got it. So for example, it wouldn't necessarily be groups of 4, it would maybe be groups of, I don't know, maybe 16, because I think we had plans to have 8 groups. And we'd only done 5 matches, so we had 20 players. But we still needed another 12, which is probably why I stopped at 32 to begin with before I kept thinking of other people and wanting them to be there. That's probably fair. I think that's fair. Well, that's the tricky part, having to pick who my favourites are and to keep them in. But I do like your idea of having some kind of a lottery draw, and everyone just says, okay, I'm going to pick this number. I'm going to pick this number, and then you do the draw, and then whoever's number gets picked, they get to play. It's a bit different to before, because I think it was just, who's here? Oh look, Rachel's here. Alright, Rachel will be here. Who else? Oh look, here's Emily. She can play too. I think that's how it was before. But now it's a bit different, because we've got it all planned out. I think we should keep it that way then. I really like that split. That's one of my favourite splits. I think that split's interesting. I'm not sure. There's just this thing about, do I really have favourites? So I guess what I'll say is I just like this split. It is a split that I do enjoy seeing. I think I like seeing if it can be converted, because there are different ways to go about it. So that time, Barbara, what did she even do? How did she get pin number 10? interesting. I think pin number 9 barely got it. Got like the back of pin number 10. Yeah, the back of pin number 10. So you could do that, or you could try and hit 6 and then go between 9 and 10. But then what actually happened that time was... What happened that time, well, that was interesting, was it hit pin number 6 and then it got deflected away from pin number 9.
Nice spin.
Right, so we could still do it the improvised way. Here's me being scared though. Let's work with the idea that there are 48 players. I feel like that's a late for it, Barbara. Yeah. Didn't do that right. I think you threw it too late. I did kind of like that though. It felt like we got into a position, but the position that I got Barbara into wasn't based on earlys or lates, it was just based on the obstacles. And then I looked at it and thought, okay, so now we're in this spot. What could we do from here? So sometimes I end up in a spot with Barbara, or I end up getting Barbara into a spot where I think, could you just do, could you just do a late throw instead of an early? Usually I optimize for earlys, but if Barbara stood there and she's in a spot that looks like she could throw late and get the strike, then I think, maybe we should try that then, Barbara. And then we try it. And it either works or it doesn't. Whereas I guess this one feels more like I can see an early throw strike. So then also, no, I think it's less that, and the obstacles don't prevent Barbara from using her normal technique. The obstacles don't look like they get in the way, so then I just end up looking for a good early throw spot. Whereas this one is, okay, we'll just avoid the obstacle, and now that we're here, what can we do? If we had a good, I guess if we had a heavy spin technique that we were confident with, then we probably would have precise spots for these kinds of throws as well. I guess it's nice not having precise heavy and Fumiko spin spots, because then they're a bit more flexible and adventurous. That was a good throw there, I think. The 5 pillars of bowling. You have to respect them. Look like a late throw, to be honest. At least you got past the obstacles. I mean, you can do it from here like this, but it's alright. I think it's quite nice. I feel like it's lenient of Swakko Square's designers to have that small window between the alternation of the pillars. I feel like it shouldn't alternate like that, but it does. Okay, so let's try and think Premier League football. So you have, that goes frame 9. Wait, because there was a time where you used Harry Spin and still got a strike, didn't you? I think this. Let's actually look and see what it looks like. I think it's a late throw. It was close. I think we threw it a bit too late, but we got it. It's a close on. My voice just sounds so silly. It was close. That's what it's serum. Sparkling serum. Exactly. So in Premier League football there are 20 teams, and oh, but there's one on one though. One team goes against another team, and they have a total of 38 matches. Yes, because one team has 19 other teams to play against, so that's why you end up with exactly 39 matches. Sorry, wait, 38 matches and not 14. Because you think, oh, there are 40 teams, so 40 times 2 is Goomba. 40 times 2 is 20 times 2 is 40, but actually it's oh yeah, I did get 200 points. 20, no, it would be 19 times 2. You got 210 because you had 190, but you already had a strike, so then it was 200, and then you got the spare, so it was 210. So you defeated a Goomba, and then you broke a brick block immediately afterwards, and so you got 200 points. Well, it would, I think it would more be, what it would actually be is, you defeated a Goomba and destroyed a brick block on the same frame to get 210 points at once. Otherwise, you would get 200 points and then 10 points, or in reverse. You wouldn't manage to do both together, would you? Sorry. So you have 19 matches, because you face each team once and you face each team again. So you have a total of 38 matches in the Premier League. In the Championship, I think it's 46, because then there are 23 teams that you go up against, because there are 24 teams in total, and you're one of them. So then you end up with 46 matches, and those 46 matches span across, I think 10 months. What's quite interesting is how in the Championship there are more, what's the League One? There are more, no, it's not the League One, it's actually the Championship, and then there's League One, and then League Two, etc. The Championship League has more teams than the Premiership League, but the thing about the Premiership League is it's supposed to have the toughest teams out there, so in theory, you're having to work harder to win matches, or you have to play at a higher level. Well, yeah, because it's physical sport. It's a physical sport, isn't it? So you do actually have to work harder in some cases, because they can do more technical things that you have to do more technical things to counter. So in a way, you do have to play. You know, sometimes you have to play with a bit more intensity than you would in the Championship. In my head, it's almost like the lack of matches in the Premiership balances out with the Championship. Balances out the difficulty of the Premiership. On top of that, when you actually enter the Premiership, you're more likely to enter other major leagues, notably the Champions League, in which case you would end up playing more matches than 38, because you also have Champions League matches. Also, if you're in the Premiership, you're, let's say as a player, you're more likely to be in one of the highest you're more likely to be in one of the highest performing clubs. but then the highest playing clubs are only going to select the best players from the world. Most likely, those clubs will look for the best players, and so therefore, if you're one of the best in the world, you're more likely to be selected for a national team as well. So those players who play in the Premiership, they're more likely to have football games than players in the Championship. So even though the players in the Championship have more league matches, the players in the Premiership still have a lot of matches because they have to play, or they're more likely to play in worldwide competitions as well as the Champions League. Well, that's not really about. Well, wait, hold on. You'd have to hook it a bit more for me. I think this is going to be fair. You got this strike. It shows that we still have more time. Not really talking about Barbara as much, which makes me sad. I think that's just a side effect of training. Because I guess for Barbara knows how to do stuff. Actually, no, she doesn't. I forgot, I'm sorry, Barbara. Barbara does stuff, but she's not really conscious about it, if that makes sense. So she can get strikes like that, but if you asked her, how did I do it? Or asked her, how did she do it? She would say, I just threw the ball. I looked at it and said, maybe this, and then I threw it a strike. That's what Barbara would say. But not really, oh yeah, I did this, I knew exactly how I wanted to do this, and I did it like that. Oh no, Annie. No, Annie split, you got a strike instead. I feel like I'm not, yeah, I don't like that about training, just the emphasis on you, rather than what's going on in Barbara's world. I guess that's why I'm not really a fan of... I think if you Harry spun from there, you'd get an Annie split. But then if you threw regular, what if you threw late? What if you threw late? Well, you didn't throw late, so... No, you could Harry split here, but the question is, would it... No, that was really upset. Okay. Harry split wouldn't have given you the Annie split. Yeah, no, that wouldn't have given her a strike unless she hooked it really well. Because the ball ended up there, but there's still ways for the ball to end up there and she still gets a strike. I'm not that technical with this game, question mark. What I mean is I don't understand this game that much. I don't understand bowling that much, so some things you might hear me saying and I don't actually know entirely what you're saying, I just have an idea, and that's what I'm expressing. If you do that, I think you need to leave. Why did you say that? So that the ball didn't hook early and go straight into the bar. That's no idea. It's crazy seeing this many strikes for the special ones. And that's the vanilla technique, so my brain's saying, oops. That is what my brain was saying, yeah, something like that might happen. Because you haven't broken the habit yet, so you just let that consume. Gotta break the habit.
Nice there.
Sure, you feel like it's going to happen, but it doesn't mean you should accept it and just, I don't know. If it's within your power to try, then try. Try not to fall into the habit. Can you? I dare you. You'd have to hook it a bit more, Barbara. You got it.
Nice strike.
Well done. Yeah, I feel that as well, Barbara. She's saying it kind of feels like it's me versus her, rather than we're working together. Oh no. I know, it's not what we support, is it? We support Barbara and I working together, not Barbara, not me telling Barbara what to do. Okay, so the thing has the championship actually has 48 players. I'm thinking 20 matches. There's no right or wrong to how long a league should be. It depends on what you really want out of the league.
Finish.
So let's put, I like that number. Let's put it like this. So, oh, I think I know why those numbers stand out to me. They do look familiar. If a league has 16 people and everyone plays each other once, we actually haven't really looked into what that would look like. Let's try this. Let's try this. Alright. So you have these 4 people. You can't see them. Right, let's say Barbara. So Barbara needs to have a match with everyone. So let's say one match is that one that we just put there. And then the next match, Barbara can't get I. And then the others can't get each other either, isn't it? So then it's weird. How would it work? Megan, let's put Megan here. Let's put I. Could I get Abby? Yeah, I could get Abby, couldn't she? And Blue Eyes get I. And then give Megan Fumiko. No, Megan's already there, so it has to be James. This is hurting my back. I think I've done a lot of things that have hurt my body. Not very nice to my body, am I? Okay. So then, Holly. Done Holly. Wait, no, Tomoko. Well, I already played with Tomoko, so that's kind of fair, isn't it? Strap. Put the strap on. Giovanna, okay, let's put Giovanna in. Giovanna. That's the gates. I forgot we're doing the special leagues part of it. We did. Giovanna, Susanna. Giovanna, Susanna, what's this? Madness, alright, and then yellow. Yellow Fumiko. Yellow Fumiko. Tilly. And then Ren, I see. Wait, can Ren? Yeah, Ren can be there. That's fine. Straight platform. Ooh. Can just throw it sideways. Maybe wants to do this standing up again. Okay, so then next. So let's say that's match 2, and we've got Barbara again, but she can't get Yoshi or I, so now she has to get Abby instead. Can she get Abby? Yeah. She can't get I, Tomoko, Yellow, or Yoshi because she's played with all of them already. And then, I know there's a better way to do this, but this is my first time, I think, so we'll just see if we can notice any patterns. I mean, it's like when you play bowling. That was, yeah. It's like when you play bowling, you play it for the first time, it's going to be a little bit unintuitive. You just try it out and figure it out. Let's try this. Wait, hold on, no. How much is Barbara hooking it? Oh, close. Close. I'm not sure how to do that, how to swing slow. Could be useful at times. Maybe we should just keep doing that. It's the pairing one. Amy's got her split. Amy's got the split, Barbara. Well, that's the joke. No, that is actually the joke about that one, though. Because I'm sure there was a time where we tried it. I think the first time we tried it, and it was with Barbara tried it, she got a strike. And then another time she tried it, she actually got pairing split. And we found that funny because you know why we found it funny. It's the trick that we learnt from pairing, but then we used it and got her split. Let's try from here, see if we can get it to go slow. Oh no. Wasn't that slow? I guess we'll just have to let that one come to us. Or find some kind of fun way to intentionally try practicing that. I think if you keep trying and then it's, oh no, it's not what we want, it's not what we want, and then it feels annoying, then I'll get upset. So I need to find some more enthusiastic way to practice that. Same with the pair any split conversion that we tried. I would do it more often if I knew how to convert. Not how to convert. I'd do it more often if I knew how to actually get the split consistently. But we couldn't do that. So because we couldn't keep getting the split, it got to a point where sure we can get the split, but then sure we can try converting the split, but if we can't even get the split to begin with, sorry Barbara, yeah, if we can't get the split to begin with, then it might be hard trying to practice converting it, and if we get too frustrated trying to work out how to get the split, then trying to get the split intentionally isn't going to be viable. We'll just leave it and then try it again another time. But if you can find a way to even make the process of learning how to get the split be fun, then you can keep trying to just learn how to get the split. And then once you've figured it out, you can also start trying to convert it. Stuff like that, I'm sort of looking forward to it. Being able to intentionally get that split so we can try converting it. It sounds really exciting. Barbara, I think that'll give you the split, you know. You don't think so? Okay, Barbara. Okay.
double.
That's what you were saying. Well, you made a good judgment, Barbara. I suppose that's what it's all about when you don't know what to do. Just make a judgment call. Judgment call, that's what people say. Just make a judgment, and once you make it, you can't really go back, so... Well, you can go back, but you didn't have to make a judgment. Once you do it, that's when you can't go back, so... You've done it, now let's see what happens. But the more you keep I don't know. I guess you work your brain up. Oh, Barbara and Abby together, that sounds like fun. Has Susanna had Abby? No, she has not. Is this frame 10? No, it's not. That was frame 9. This is frame 10. Alright, I'm looking at the battery life as well, quite carefully. I think I'll just have to accept that. Oh, today will be a late dinner, really late dinner. It's already midnight. It's already 12 o'clock. It's like, oh no, saying the word midnight feels weird. Goodness me. I guess that bothers me about that, but it's like, let's take Sky for example. His name's just Sky, so you could just say the word Sky and you might then think of former Sky. At least I don't have a major problem with him. Major? Oh no. No, it's just little things like, he does get a bit competitive at times, but it's hard to really blame him, so... That's what I mean by nature. I don't think there's anyone that I don't have any problems with. I don't think that's possible. But, no, yeah, I don't have any major... Because I guess if I were to say I don't have any problems with him, that would be a lie, wouldn't it? So, that's why I made the disclaimer. No major problems, but that's good. That's good, I think. For a person that's not part of your family and stuff like that, to say that you don't have any major problems with someone, I think that's a win. And again, I don't think there's anyone that I have no problems with at all, so that's good. But I'm saying, let's say you did have a problem with him, you know, anytime you mention the word Sky, you're thinking, oh no. I remember this guy, his name was Sky. Yeah, so it does feel that way at midnight. In fact, I had this sort of job advertisement, I think yesterday, and in the name of the company had the word leisure in it, and I thought, oh goodness me. Leisure. And then all those times I actually tried not to mention this. So every time there was a session where Matt was there, I kept thinking of Matt is C++, but I held back the puns and said, no, we're not going to talk about Matt is C++. But it was in my mind because, yeah, there's this guy called Matt, but then that's like, come on now. Anyone could be named Matt. So, you can't, yeah, it's like, doesn't matter if your name's Midnight, because Matt is a name that you'll come across again and again. So, it's just down to you, isn't it? That's true as well, because even with Carl Goomba, if I think of a Goomba, sometimes I might think of Carl Goomba now. Because he's a Goomba, isn't he? You just make these connections. But I guess that's why copyright is so strict, isn't it? And I had this thought to myself when, I think it was when I came up with the P-Chat channel, or something like that. it was, what I don't want to do is make a channel named after, not named after, make a channel, it has P-chat in the thumbnail, and then, I don't know, something happens and then you just suddenly have a grudge with me using the channel, and then every time you see P-chat you think of that sort of drama. Although, on the topic of P-chat and drama, that kind of links back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because for a while I had an issue with P-chat because everyone kept using her on the Teddy Bear Hero roller wheels. And I didn't really understand why was it that everyone was using P-chat just because she's a thing. She's a medium lightweight. I felt like if she wasn't, then they wouldn't use her. And I guess it was, okay, so you'll use P-chat and not Peach. I understand Peach-chat's a new character, but why in particular would you use Peach-chat and not just Peach? Because there were barely any Peach players at the time as well. No one was playing with Peach. So why is it everyone wants to use Peach-chat all of a sudden? Is there something ominous that I'm missing? Because I seem to feel that way. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit off that. I did think it was a bit. Oh, that's another thing. Matt also talked about having a break. So we've done this for 7 days, and I did consider, is there any day that should be a break where there's absolutely no training? Because we've been quite heavy for the past couple of days. I thought that'd be too much. It kind of was too much. Yeah, I was asking myself, should there be a day where we just take our mind off? I think that would help, because I feel like the break that we've had since May of last year, from the concept of training, I think that's really helped, I guess, develop new ideas. Try that out. Wonder if there was something to do with the speed with that one. Looked like it was going for it, but it did look a bit slow. Hold on. Put it down. Oh. You're having a day off. I think it's a good idea. Maybe not even a day off, it might be 2 days off. In my head, one of the ideas I had was talk slower. In my head, one of the ideas I had was to have a sort of normal work routine. And when I say normal, I don't mean 9 to 5, but I do mean take the weekend off.
Nice strike.
So I think if you just take 1 day off, I guess usually 2 days isn't even enough for me, but I'm thinking the Friday feels like a break because it's the last day, the Saturday feels like a break, and then the Sunday feels like the start of your training again, even though you're not actually training on that day. But maybe it won't be that way. Well, let's try going the other way to demonstrate what I mean. The slope's not that high. I think maybe this. It's been a while since we tried it from this side. We do have the other platform, the other island there as well. I think it did push the ball back into position. It's a bit close there, but she did get it. Yeah, I think it did push it back a little bit. And that's what we go for, we'll just go from there. Rather than do it Pyrenees way. But she did it that way and got a strike, and I thought, challenge accepted. That's kind of nice though as well. When you have someone that you know is skilled, and you think, wow, look at that. Let's see if I can do what they can do. I'm not sure if it's that skilled, maybe it's, you feel like the two of you are similarly skilled. Yeah, because I guess there's we can talk about any or doing it, but if you see one of them doing something, and you might think to yourself, let's start again. You play with this one person, and you find that a lot of the time you use similar techniques and you get similar scores. And then one day you see them use a technique that you haven't used before or considered, and then you think about it and think, wow, that was really interesting. It looks a bit difficult, but if they can do it, then probably I can do it too, because we seem to be similarly skilled. My voice. Okay, so I wouldn't say that just because they can do it, you can do it, but I think the narrative is more... No, not even the narrative. I think it's more just a mindset that if someone else can do something, and that person is like yourself, then you think, maybe I can do it too. Yes, that's how you end up with gender values, because, well, you're a little child, you're a little boy growing up, and you're seeing all these men doing construction work, and you look at that and think, hey, I'm a man, I'm a boy like them, but they're big boys. Maybe when I grow up, I can do what they're doing. So then you grow up looking at building work as a potential job. It just seems to be. It's a thing that happens, and I feel like I understand why it happens, but I'm not bothered to explain it right now. So then when it comes to Annie, we think Annie and Barbara, they can do similar stuff. But hold on, Annie's got this thing that she can do. Can Barbara do it as well? I mean, you try it. It's not that you can or can't, but I guess because you've known this person and you know that, like, you do things that are similar, but then there's this one thing that they do that's different. Maybe you just notice it more. So then you think, I wonder if I can do it. And it might be a case where if you can do it, cool, we can both do it. And if you can't do it yet, then it's, actually, Annie has this advantage over us. That's interesting. It's a little trick that Annie can use to get ahead of Barbara, perhaps. If there's ever a time where they're so close together, and then, it's this one. It's this one. This is the one where Annie gets ahead. Oh no, it was looking all good for Barbara, but even though Annie slipped up earlier, she can catch up, and this one catches Barbara out. I'm thinking about earlier today where player B had that one special lane that sloped and it has a bar in the middle. And when I saw it, I thought, we know how to do that one, but they don't. Or it's not even they don't, because we didn't know that they couldn't do it, but we looked at it and thought, most people can't do that one. I wouldn't be surprised if this person slips up here and then they got 0 pins both times. And we thought, wow, that's rough. They could have actually won the match, but instead they didn't, because that one special link ate them. And that's one that, for example, Barbara has a better time doing it. She can get more than 0 pins. But that's one of those things that I feel separates the A rank, the players from the A rank league from the players in the S rank league. i.e., players in the A rank league tend to stay around A, because while they can keep up with the S rank players, so to speak, they can't, in some cases, like the special lanes, some special lanes will slip them up, and then they don't have that tool that they can use to catch up. But then I feel like the reason why the players in the S rank league never make it past S is because they'll get paired up with the players from the A rank league, but for the most part, those players can actually keep up with the players in the X-Rank League. I still remember French 1000, it felt like she was quite talented, but then there was some special things that she couldn't figure out, and then she fell behind. But it's not to say that those two, Barbara and French 1000, it's not to say that Barbara and French 1000 can't go up again and have French 1000 win, because she could. Whether it's that special lane doesn't show up so French 1000 has a better chance competing, or it's that special lane does show up, French 1000 tries something and it just happens to give her a strike or a spin. And then maybe Barbara knows how to do it, but on that occasion Barbara doesn't do it properly, and then Barbara slips up and then French 1000 takes the lead. Things like that can happen. Oh, actually, no, you didn't have a 258 set up. You had a 259 set up and then you got the 9 spin. Yeah. Yeah, it can be like that sometimes. It can be like that sometimes. I'm going to have this piece of chocolate because I'm destroying my body. We will eat, but I'm being very stubborn. So oh no, you know what we should have done? We didn't do it. We can find something else to upload, I'm sure, but this thing says 2 hours and 32 minutes, and this thing has 28 minutes left, so I don't really feel like hurrying over to... No, you know, you could just watch Matt instead of... Oh, that's funny actually. So we keep talking about Matt Wholesome as like our training inspiration instead of Matty C+, who actually plays this game. I only just realised that. That's a little funny joke, you know? There was a video that Matt made that we were watching. That's Matt Wholesome. And then we stopped watching it. We just finish it off. Maybe there are a few others we can watch too. We definitely need to have a break. Whether the break is we still play the game, but training's out of our head, or if it's just we don't play the game at all. I do think we need a break. We'll find out what that break will be soon. But right now, we are still trying to figure out how to put together Barbara's Bowling Fest, while at the same time talking about bowling stuff. It's quite interesting that we spent so much time with the special ones. Harry, okay. We might not even get to finish this now. I guess that's fine. We'll have to finish it later. When this video is done, that's when I'll make the food. That's not a smart idea. It's not terrible. Wow, that was so close. It's not a terrible idea. I seem to be fixated on running more tournaments, but we really don't have to. No. Yeah, we don't have to. We value the tournaments, but we also value having storage. Right now, we don't have as much storage on that laptop as I would like, so it would be nice to not run some tournaments before we've uploaded some more. Wait. sprint around the pins. Oh. Quick, Barbara.
Spare.
I still think it's better to take your time, but we felt like we could do it. We felt like we could do it, sorry. And I don't think it's bad to practice. Oh, there's a problem, which is that Barbara got, no, this is a 269 setup, isn't it? That she's got here. Sometimes you just can't be bothered to position yourself extra to do the early frame. Sorry. That does make it nice that we have the earlies and the lates. We're in a spot where we don't think we can naturally use an early to get the strike, but we can actually use a late to get the strike. Then using the late is helpful. That's the funny thing, isn't it? Because you only need one technique to get a strike, but then when you have multiple techniques that you can just use whenever you feel like it, it's helpful. It can relieve some pressure from your brain, because rather than thinking we need to be in this spot, we can just say, no, actually we can go here instead. And you only get 15 seconds with the specialist to pick a spot, so the more spots you can involve in, the better, but that involves learning more techniques, which takes more time, so it's a question of, are you happy to take more time? I guess for us it's not about, even though we look like we're trying to speedrun, it's not really about speedrunning your progression, it's about learning, isn't it? Nice. Oh, you pushed pin number 3 side. Yeah, no, it wasn't this side. Wow, that was so close, Barbara. That was cool. So what, you got a 248 setup now?
Nice spin.
Yeah, it's not about speeding through the process, for us anyway. It's about taking in the bowling. It's like getting to know somebody. No, really, I mean, I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff, but you know when you're looking for, okay, let's start that again. So, here's the topic. Somebody wants to find a partner to spend their life with. When you're doing that, I don't think you should rush. I don't think you should rush the process of figuring out whether or not you already suit this person and whether or not you feel like you can try to, oh goodness, adjust yourself to suit them if that's the case. I mean, sometimes adjusting yourself isn't really good, but I guess it really depends on what you want. So if it's you want to help this person, but this person isn't quite suited to you, so then if you really want to connect with them, you have to sort of, it's not about adjusting to suit them, but sort of like you expand yourself, if that makes sense. Let's put it this way. See if I can think of it. I don't know. I even feel like with what we're doing here, we're kind of doing that. We're not caging ourselves to X, Y, and Z. Instead, we're trying to expand so that we can do this as well as this. Actually, that's exactly what we're doing. So we're not saying we need to be able to do lates so that we can win in survival bowling. we're just trying to do late so that it's something that we have the capacity for. So I guess when you pick someone to spend your life with, if you don't have the capacity for them, there's a good chance that at some point you won't want to spend time with that person anymore, which sounds really sad. So if it's a case where you feel like that person isn't suitable for you, you don't have the capacity for them, but then you still want to try and have the capacity for them, then you need to do something to build your capacity up so that you can then spend time with that person. But it's not a case, also Barbara, you got 2 for 8. It's not a case where you're forcing yourself to conform to them, forcing yourself to support them, if that makes sense. It's like, let's say this person wants you to run a half marathon, and if you don't, they're going to kick your Nintendo Switch console and it will be broken. I guess it's like if you were to conform at that point, you would be doing the half marathon. But if you were to have the capacity to work with that person, you probably wouldn't do the half marathon. What you'd probably do is find some way to tell them, you know, we don't have to do it like this. But then you tell them in a way that they understand, and then because now they understand, they're no longer forcing you to do the half marathon. Because they understand, but you have to then have the capacity to be able to speak and express in a way that they understand, because if you don't have that capacity, then you could tell them what you want, but they're still either going to smash your console or force you to do the marathon. So if you don't have that capacity to express yourself in the way that they understand, then you're either going to be conforming or you're going to fall apart. So then, yeah, that doesn't work, I suppose. What we're trying to say is, I don't think it's a good idea if you're going to pick someone to live with, that you pick someone in a very rushed fashion. I would say better that you take your time to learn what this person's about and appreciate what it is that they do, and feel and understand how much capacity you have and whether you can do that thing. You wouldn't, well, not like you wouldn't, because some people actually do this where they say, okay, well, this person ticks this box, that box, and this box, so I'm ready to be with them. And then you actually missed a bunch of boxes because you rushed, and then you find out that you don't have the capacity for this person. So then you end up wanting to leave them and go away. That's what we're saying about bowling. We're saying, you could look at it and say, or even just a pro league, you could look at it and say, we've done this ourselves. No, not really. Well, we left the pro league, we didn't need bowling. We could say, okay, well, look, Barbara can get so many strikes, she just handled the special needs and got 248 points. If she can do that, she can enter the pro league. But there's so many other parts to bowling that we skipped. So then what, Barbara goes out there, gets like 63 points by frame 6, and then she gets eliminated, and we're thinking, what was that? And then it happens again and again and again and again, and you just think, you know what, this was a bad idea. And it's at that point that you either do the thing where you conform, that is, it's like grinding, isn't it? You do something that you don't actually want to do, but you're doing it because you feel like you have to do it in order to satisfy this thing, or you give up. But some people choose to conform bit, where they say, you know what, it's just going to be like this, isn't it? We'll just have to deal with it. instead of trying to come up with a way that allows you and the thing that you're trying to do to work together. I know that bowling's not a person, but it's like you respect the sport and the sport gives you what you want. If you don't respect the sport, then you're not going to get what you want. So if you respect the person that you're trying to spend your life with, they will respect you back. And even if that person immediately doesn't respect you, if you're then able to respect the way that they behave and understand it and find a way to express yourself, like I said, let's not use the same word, find your way to communicate with that person in the way that they actually do understand, then they'll actually feed back to you, or they might feed back to you in a positive way. And that then you're not grinding against them because you're now working together with that person because you've managed to respect the way that they are and communicate with them in a way that they understand. So that's why I say your relationship with bowling is like a relationship with another person. Working together and respecting the other party, your partner. It's like you and bowling are partners now. Yeah. Hopefully that made sense. We actually did not make much progress with this thing because we just kept talking. This video has 13 minutes left. I'm going to keep going because I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy, but I might be lacking some knowledge, so that's probably why we're doing stuff that... Okay, this one doesn't show up too often. I'm probably doing stuff that isn't that helpful. Okay, so Abby... No. So who should we put here? We put I. We could put I here again. I don't know why we just didn't put Yoshi. That would have been so much more helpful. Anyway, wait. No, I would say we could do that, but to be fair, we put Yoshi with Barbara, so that's probably why we did that. I'm going to put I here again. And then I'm going to get Barbara to throw the ball from I spot. Ready, Barbara? 3, 2, 1. Let it rip. Oh, strike. That was not scripted. It sounds like it was. It sounded like such. Yeah, it sounded like such a scene. Yeah, there are actually a lot of matches we could have because now we can put Giovanna with I, which we didn't do before. Well then, who could Giovanna be with? You know, there's a way actually to have what is it? You can create a list of names in Microsoft Excel, even if that's not what we're using, and then you can just select between the names. Insert. Can we insert like a list? Or drop down. Actually, no, I don't like that. Okay. Wait a bit for me, Barbara. Let's see, Giovanna. Is that Fimiko? Has she had Susanna? Yes, she has had Susanna. Has she had Holly? No. Has I had Holly? Also no. So I'll put Holly here. But this is a bit weird. Which means I think we can put Megan here, because I don't think Megan's had I. Megan! No, I don't know, Megan hasn't had I. So Megan can go there. So then she goes here. Should we just put Holly? Well, no, we can't, because Holly's in the I's match. So then, who do you put instead of Holly? Tomoko. Oh, I see, yeah, Tomoko is here. We could put Tomoko here. Alright, so then surely, what? I's had Giovanna. So would it be Susanna then? Nope, she can't have Susanna. She could have blue eyes though. Right? Yeah, wait, so hold on. She can't have Barbara, I, or yellow. Can she have Yoshi? She can have Yoshi. Okay. Put her with Yoshi then. Right? Tomoko, yeah, Tomoko can have Yoshi. Can Tomoko have Holly? Well, Holly's playing already, so she can't have Holly. Can she have Blue Eyes? By the way, Susanna's already in. Susanna's there and Holly's in, so she can only have Blue Eyes or Tilly. So Blue Eyes it is. And then Harry's gone. Megan's gone, so she can have James. She hasn't had James yet, no. So put James there. And then at the bottom, you have frame 3. You ready? Oh, 2 strikes, goodness me. Can you get this with Harry's thing? Yes, you can. Sorry, it's just the fact that we actually ask questions like this. But that's the thing again when we said, okay, so now we have this technique. You have the light Harry spin technique. So there's the Harry spin technique that we don't really understand, and then there's the Harry spin technique, which is like the reverse of Barbara's technique. So now that's another technique that we can just use whenever we feel like it, because one day we just discovered it and now we can use it. But when you just keep mastering one technique, you don't get to practice anything but that one. And then you don't get to use it in the special lanes, where multiple techniques can be used. Or even not even just the special lanes. It could just be a case where we're in a spot, okay, what can we do from here? We could probably do the crazy late throw thing. Do you think that would work? I'm not sure, you know. But we can try it. That's what I thought would happen. That's why I wasn't sure. Wait, hold on. So where are you? Let's see here. You are here. Now you'd have to have ridiculous spin. Like, you'd have to barely spin at all. I mean, yeah, that was close, but I still hurt it too much, so I didn't get it. Let's see here. James, no. So, Tomoko, yellow, alright, yellow. So this is yellow now. You can't see, but you can hear. Maybe you've listened already, or maybe you're writing your own version of this. I like that Barbara's 78 points, it looks interesting. It's just that number, isn't it? Because I've grown up in a part of London where the London bus route 78 service operated. So I just see that number around. Which I guess that kind of links with 254, because that bus route had VLWs on it. So it's we did actually ride the 254 once. Only once, but we did ride it. Exactly one time. That was cool. Oh, and then there's WVL 254 as well. I'm not sure if we've had that one. We had something. We actually had. I'll tell you the story of Metro buses. They got some buses went on fire, so they got some buses from elsewhere. And we had this WVL. It was, what WVL was it? It was WVL 252. Close. That was the bus that we had. Had a spin. Do you think that will work from there? No, but give it a try. No, that's it. It looked so clean, and then pin number 4 fell over. Oh, there goes pin number 7's bodyguard. Now you have how many points? 85, right? Yeah. Let's try this, Barbara. I like this idea. Oh, wow.
Impressive shot.
Ooh. No, you actually hear this from streamers. They do react like that sometimes. And it's not even competitive streamers or just casual gamers. They just do something like that also. They'll do something. Or I might actually be outside, and then you just hear this random person go, "Ooh!" So I feel a bit bad now because that was a bit loud, isn't it?
Nice strike.
It's absolute madness. Okay, so Yellow's had Fumiko. Has Yellow had... Well, actually, who's left? So... Abby's, Yoshi's there, Giovanna's there, so it'd be Fumiko. But Yellow can't have Fumiko then. That's interesting. Yellow can't have Fumiko. Can Tomoko have Fumiko? She's got Yoshi. Yes, can Yellow have Yoshi? Yeah, Yellow can have Yoshi. Okay. Well, give Yoshi to Yellow, and Tomoko can have Fumiko. Again, this is not the most efficient way to do it, but it's fun. I don't mind doing it this way. This will also be the last session that we play. No, I'm not sure actually, but this video does have 4 minutes left before it's done. So we've got Heather, can she play with Yellow? She hasn't actually, no, she has played already. She's playing with Barbara, Abby, Susanna. We're just through this template. I kind of like this, just this on its own, with just the 4 of them, but the sad part is, it doesn't include Rachel and Emily's game, and they also played. Maybe we'll just leave it with those 5. I know I told Ghost Julie earlier, but I don't think she was that fast. So yellow Yoshi, yellow Yoshi. You can have yellow Yoshis, that's a very true thing. So what, yellow Yoshi from the 3rd group is Holly, Blue Eyes, Susanna. No, so it has to be Tilly, but Yellow's had Tilly already. There's a pattern I'm noticing. Has she had Blue Eyes, Yellow? No, she has not had Blue Eyes, so we'll just put Blue Eyes in there. So my guess, this is Tilly here, isn't it? My guess is that Yellow has had... Who's missing? It's not Ren, is it? Yeah, Yellow has had Ren. Has she had James? No. So she'll get James, and Tomoko will get Ren, the bowling champion. And the bowling king, Ren. Designer. Okay, so I'm going to try this. We're going to try it. We're going to try it together, Barbara. Basically, Barbara was there. She threw the ball. We did it together. Okay, so now that was match 2. I need to actually put headings. So match 1, match 2, match 3. It was fun because I'm quite paranoid about the fact that you can't see what we're doing, but I've listened to audio recordings of myself talking about this stuff, and I've found that quite intriguing because whether or not I'm following absolutely everything, I'll be able to have some of the stuff will be in my head. Ooh, bit early that one. That was close. Yeah, it was very early that one. Not really early, but it was early. Okay, so match 4. Barbara will be there, because Barbara is at the top all the time. It's Barbara's bolt, yeah, that's not the reason Barbara. Anyways, Barbara is at the top. Now Barbara, can she have, who can she have here? She's had Yoshi, Abby's, Giovanna, give her Giovanna. Okay, and she had Susan, yeah. She's had Holly. She's had Holly, but she hasn't had Blue Eyes yet, which is a bit odd. We'll give her Blue Eyes now. And then, who else is there? Megan, she had Megan? Yeah, she's had Megan, Harry. She has not had James. Oh, that's why. Because it's a question of, okay, Barbara's not had Giovanna or Blue Eyes, but has Giovanna had Blue Eyes? Giovanna has not had Blue Eyes. Giovanna has not had Blue Eyes, no. Is Giovanna's there, then Giovanna's there, and then Giovanna's not had blue eyes. Has James had blue eyes? James has just had blue eyes, so James can't be there. Barbara has not had Ren, so we can put Ren in, but then has Ren had blue eyes? Ren has not had blue eyes. No. But has Giovanna had Ren? Giovanna has not had Ren. And Barbara hasn't had Ren. Okay. Next. Oh. Next for you is frame 9. Dancing bars. I think Barbara. See, after she threw the ball late, I thought maybe that actually would have helped. Throwing the ball late just to get the ball pushed a bit more to the left. Here's me doing. Okay, so here's I. Her I. Can she get Yoshi? I can get Yoshi. She can also get Fumiko. She's had Abby. She has not had Yoshi yet. Can I get Holly? No, she just had Holly. Can she get... She can't get Holly or Blue Eyes. So that leaves Susanna and Tilly. She could get Susanna. I'm seeing like a line from Susanna going up, kind of. No, not really. Never mind. She can get Susanna. Has Yoshi had Susanna? Yoshi's there. Then Yoshi's up there. Then Yoshi's at the bottom. Yoshi has not had Susanna. Nope. And I hasn't had Susanna. Okay. Can I get... James. Can I get James? No, she can't get James. Okay. Can she get Megan? No, she just had Megan. That leaves Haru and Ren. But Ren's playing already, so she has to get Haru. Because Yoshi had Haru. Not there. Not there. Has, You know what would help? What would help is if I gave everyone a colour, so I could just see... I could see who's who a bit clearer. So make Barbara's one slightly purple. And then we'll make I's one silver. To match her eyes and her bowling ball, which Ghost Julie was using. Tomoko, just leave Tomoko's white, no, make it slightly blue. Tomoko blue, so Tomoko's right here. That way if we see the same colour twice, we'll be concerned, won't we? And then yellow will just be... I mean, what colour were you thinking of for yellow? So make yellow's one yellow. I know, that was another pun, wasn't it? Yoshi will make Yoshi green. Wait, will that clash? That kind of clashes with Tomoko's blue. So I'll make it a bit darker, yeah. Make the green feel a bit more pronounced. I understand that Barbara has no more obstacles. Abby, we could make her pink because of her eye colour. It looks a bit red, but sure. Or we could make her blue, but we'd have to make her a different shade. Abby. And Giovanna will make her orange because of her hair colour. Giovanna's orange. Giovanna. Yes, Giovanna's here, and Giovanna's here. So far I'm not seeing the same colour twice. Fumiko also sports the colour green. Make her a different shade of green, and made her a darker green. I wouldn't have gone for that, but I'm not really here to argue, so Fumiko's... I just realised that Blue Eyes is here. Now Holly's pink, can we get like a good pink? Oh, put it in the wrong place. That was actually a really good colour, that looked just like her hair. I like this is Holly's colour. Oh, there's Haru as well. Oh dear. There's Holly, alright, so Holly's here. Here's Holly again. And then Blue Eyes will make blue. But which shade of blue will Blue Eyes get? make it this one. So for all the blue eyes, there's blue eyes here. Here's blue eyes there. I can see blue eyes is on there as well. You can also see Yoshi is there, so go and get Yoshi sorted out. I was thinking of making Megan black because of her hair, but we'll get to Megan. Now Susanna, I think we'll give her bright orange, which is funny because Susanna Giovanna. But anyway, we'll give Susanna bright orange. To give Tilly will have green as well. Darker green than Fumiko. Oh, it's too dark. Yeah. We're running out of shades of green, aren't we? So Tilly can't get green. We'll give her a blue. We'll give her this one. Alright. Tilly's here, Tilly's there, and then Megan. Before we do Megan, let's give you frame 10. Alright, let's do this. Oh, okay. Looked like the pin went, yeah, it did. That split 6 does show up a couple times. But at this point, I'm not sure if it's a technique that we'll just remember. At this point, I think we just leave it to positive feedback, because again, if we see something and we apply it in the moment, I think that's kind of how it's worked, isn't it? We just looked at that and said, early throw, late throw, yeah, do it. Did you win Abby's game again? You know you get this music. Right, sorry, not sure what that noise was. It might be my mic. Okay, so Megan. There are so many shades of blue. Okay, make Megan this color. No, don't like it. Make Megan this color. Sure. Also, there's James, and he is either green or pink. Right, there's Megan, James, and Harry is also pink too. How many pinks have we got left? Maybe we'll make Harry bright pink. James will make light green. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hurting my eyes. My eyes! My eyes are not blue. Maiden with eyes are blue. Oh, then again, that's kind of part of the whole collection, isn't it? That's kind of the whole point. I can't. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Harry's pink eyes. Harry's pink doesn't look very pink, and I don't like it. It just looks way too bright. Okay, fine. We won't pick it then. There aren't that many other pinks because we can't pick. We can't pick that many other colours. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. No, keep opening Copilot. Copilot. Oh, Rain is the last person. Oh, we also missed out one of the Jameses too. Let's get this James highlighted. It looks nice and colourful. Maybe one day I'll show it to you. It's quite hard to show you because it's on a completely different laptop, and I do not use this laptop for, say, Sportsmate related stuff, like Nintendo Switch Sports. It's not that I've recorded nothing from this game on that laptop, but I tend to keep that stuff separate. Yeah, I think everything I recorded that game besides the one thing that's been on that one laptop. Okay, so everyone's color coded and there's no instance of the same color appearing twice, so that makes it really easy to see if the Sportsmate has appeared more than once. So now this video is done, I can see Ocarina Zelda, which is amazing. Ocarina Zelda's... Ocarina Zelda is hard to surpass. Okay, so that's that one. Well, that's a cute thumbnail. Okay, so we have 27%. Eee. I don't know if we can upload anything with that. So, no, I mean we can upload something, but it's not going to. Yeah, we won't be uploading it over an hour because, yeah. So I think that's it. I think there is this one video. It won't take an hour, but it's a video that we can upload. That is actually the next, is it? Is it really? No, it's not. There is another video before it. I don't know what, yeah. No. I mean, spruce it up, isn't it? Oh no, but we've given that video number already, but we can exclude that. At this point, I don't think we'll be playing anymore because yeah, no, I don't think we'll be playing anymore because I would like to sort out Barbara's Bowling Fest, and as we found, it was quite hard to. It'll be a bit easier now that we've got the colours coded, but it might be a bit hard to navigate between playing and doing this stuff. We're not focused enough on the game, or we don't feel like I don't feel like I need to be focused enough on the game that I can't focus on the other thing, but at the same time I want to focus on the other thing. That bit is difficult, so maybe I will come back and maybe I will record what's going on that laptop, but we'll see. Everything else straight, yeah, we did. It's been a heavy week and I'm not eating properly and stuff, but we have learnt a lot of lessons in recent times, and I think our work is good. So again, yeah, for me, I don't know, I think that's it. I'll see you next time. I guess I'm worried that I'm leaving you on a note that makes you think this guy's talking trash, so then you don't listen to any further information that I try to share with you, and then yeah, you don't listen to any further information that I share, and then I guess you miss the plot. Unless you make these observations yourself, which is good, but I don't know if that will happen. I can't say it will happen. I can say it will happen, but I don't think it will. And as a lot of people have played this game and gone through grinds and not noticed that they could actually have fun instead of grinding and still get lots of training done. Not even training, they just learn more about the sport by having fun. So I'm not sure if the people will learn. Already talked about the rank and whether or not actually getting it will get people to listen. I guess being that my logic is, even if what I'm saying sounds stupid, they might look at the rank and think, okay, but maybe there's something else that he's saying, because this is a progressive story. At this point, Barbara hasn't reached the rank yet, so you're seeing the behind the scenes bit where the person hasn't gotten the knowledge. What you're getting is kind of like a day in the life of a Nintendo Switch Sports person. Sounds terrible to me, but what I guess is, what is it like to try to learn about this game? You're getting that sort of background, but you're also getting it from a different angle, and perhaps one where we're not constantly doing the same thing all the time, because sometimes we do different things as well, try different things out. I'll leave it. Alright, and see you next time.